Yo pretty people, my name is Lex and welcome back to Sadly Vanilla. We're here in the down here, which is, yeah, I decided that that will be the official name of my base in this season. Seeing how we're walking in the nether, I found it quite fitting, to be completely honest with you. And yeah, this place looks like a total and utter mess. Yeah, not even gonna hide it. It's a mess. It's freaking disgusting. It's an absolute wreck. Especially with like all the walkarounds and all the terrible things that I had to do to kind of even it out. Yes, I did cover a lot of the lava ocean. Yes, I did slab it all every 4 blocks, just so ghasts cannot spawn, and it seems to be working okay. Except for all the upper areas that the ghasts keep spawning on, but that's not something I really want to address today. But there is a thing. There is a thing that I wanted to talk to you about. Now, you see, this here is my wheat field, which has so far produced all of the 12 wheat. That is not necessarily a great result, but it is a result nonetheless. In fact, I've been using this area more and more not for the wheat, but for the mushrooms that I've been farming and growing and harvesting for my own enjoyment. They make not a very good food source, but an alright one, and I really like him for some stupid reason. I just feel like the mushrooms really fit the nether more than, you know, the green of the wheat, the green of the plants. But the thing I wanted to address is that my original idea, my original reason I had this wheat field was kind of to create an explosive manufactory where I could make bets and, you know, blow up more and more stuff around it. But when I said that that will be our goal, I have to admit I kind of lied to you. In fact, this whole time I had a tiny bit different of a goal. Tiny bit of a different goal for this season. A goal that I kind of knew, and I don't know if I ever announced it to ya, ever since I realized that our nether portal actually leads into the ocean. You see, once I actually saw that, I had the goal of the season absolutely clear in my brain, and to achieve that goal, I wanted this little super flat area. I wanted this little super flat area over the lava ocean that is underneath it. And that reason is that for this season, what I think I will do is, in weight of 1.14, the aquatic update, which will be largely based in the ocean. I want to go into the nether, hide away from the update, and build a giant ship to house all of my NPC friends, and to also provide me with a nice weaponized vehicle that I can use to explore the upcoming 1.14. And I don't know if, once again, I don't know if I already announced it, but I want it, and I want it ghast powered, and I want it big time, and I want it to be a pretty nice, great vessel of which I can be a captain of. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is a big announcement for me, that this ghast is absolutely ruining right now. Oh, you freaking idiot. Why did you hurt a pig, man? He did nothing to you. So there you have it, guys. That is my big goal for the season. And that is the big announcement that I really wanted to make. And that is the giant, absolutely enormous reason why I had to cover a lava ocean with any sort of blocks, really. Because you see, now if while building a flying ghast-powered ship, I fall down from it, I will not actually fall into the lava. I mean, I will smash to death, and I want to have the ship relatively high up, just so I can build something in the down here after getting the ship done. But at the same time, yeah, I really wanted to have some kind of guarantee that all of my items will not fall into the lava every time I forget to hold down shift. So that is the goal of the season, announced and ready for you to discuss and, you know, leave your comments and discuss with me. Now we have to figure out how to actually, you know, achieve it. The thing is that I want the ship to not only function as you know, a vessel, a ship. I also want it to be basically a mobile base for us, and of course it will not be actually mobile. It will be just a giant blocky structure that we will, after 1.14 hits, that we will rebuild into the overworld. Of course, story-wise, I'm thinking that we will just open a giant side freaking nether portal and push the ship through it. But, you know, in real life, I will just have to rebuild it. But, nevertheless, let's not let that stop us. I want this thing to be giant-sized, I want this thing to be powerful, and I want this thing to be explosion-proof, or at the very least, like, gust explosion-proof. And finally, I want it to function as its own separate base. So inside of it, I might want some actual living quarters. I might want some farms. Might want all of that kind of stuff. And I know that sounds way out of my league at the moment. At the moment, for crying out loud, I don't even have proper enchanted tools. I don't even have like full set of iron armor. So yeah, that might be a bit of a hassle, but at the same time I'm feeling groggy, I'm feeling confident, and right now all I want is to jump into the building phase, which is why I'm fearing we're nearing the end of today's survival portion of the episode. Because first and foremost, when you are faced with a project like that, you have to come up with a palette. You have to come up with a palette and a general sketch of the build, which you don't do in survival. So let me quickly start a brand new void overworld world for you in single player, in creative, and let's meet up in there. Okay, so here we are in the void preset of the super flat world, and yeah, I've been looking at the blocks we got in the inventory and whatnot, and just a few jumped out at me. Just a few. Basically all of this. And this palette right here, I mean, yeah, it does look tiny bit familiar if you like fans of Hermitcraft series, and at the same time, yes, I'm not saying that I'm not taking inspiration from them, but you still have to admit, a giant ship in the nether, a giant pirate ship in the nether is not something any of them have made. In any season that I know of, actually. Heck, did they ever do a giant pirate ship, even not in the nether? None of them have made ship bases, as far as I remember. Anyway, this is the palette for the outside of the ship, basically for the outings. And yes, I might decorate it, I might kind of, you know, make some adjustments here and there, but this is the general feel I want to go for. Darkish, netherish, reddish and blacks, and also tiny bit of copper. Basically, this palette is breaking down into the three main colors, which is kind of how you want your palettes to break down into, right? The contrast color, which is obviously like the dark, the black. The main color, which is the red, and the correlating color to the main one, which is in our case bronze yellow orange. That is an official color that I just invented, but yeah, the bronze orange yellow will be represented by the pumpkins, so we can light stuff up by the magma blocks, because they have animations and I want to have like veins of uranium going through the ship itself. Plus, finally, the yellow stained clay in the role of copper, which you will never get me alive copper, but you get my point. I still want it to be a tiny bit steampunkish, and not much says steampunk just as copper and brass aluminum, and aluminum brass, and you know, that kind of goldish, orangish, copperish kind of color. I really like it, is basically what I'm saying. Now, this here seems tiny bit familiar to you if you have watched my Full Stack 2 season, Full Stack 2 episodes, because this is a tiny bit similar to the final house I've built in that one. My personal house that I actually never finished building. It was a giant-sized friggin' mansion, which of course it was, because, I mean, ego and stuff, but I never found anything to actually fill it with, so whatever, doesn't really matter. And the final thing, the final straw that I really want to add is tiny bit of branding to the ship, and branding wise, I decided that I'll just go with the same Blaze skull that the Blaze pirates were using, the Skeletons pirates in the out of the previous series. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, those guys are dead as heck, so it's not like they're using it, and at the same time it's a nice design and I would hate it to go to waste. So I'm feeling that if we decorate our ship with this type of decoration, we will not regret it too much. Unless someone, some of the pirates will come back from the grave and bite me in the arse, but that I don't think that's gonna happen. Anyway, now that we have made up our mind according to the palette, how about we plan out the ship itself? Because, hoo boy, this has to be a big one, and this also has to be something really interesting. So let's try that out. Alright, so here I am thinking to myself, we might want, what kind of things do we generally want in a ship? Essentially, in a ship, you probably would want yourself a large storage area, right? So first things first, storage. It's gotta be there. It's gotta be there, and it's gotta be kind of vast. Sorry, not waste. It's gotta be there, and it's gotta waste some space, is what I mean, essentially. But yeah, first thing first, there's gonna be storage, and this will not be the lowest level of the ship either. I want it to be basically a 3-story thing where you have the lowest level, then you have the second, the middle level, and then you have the whatchamacallit, I don't know, I apologize, I have no idea what's the name of the actual top level that people actually are running around on top of is. I don't know the naval terms for these things, which is obviously why I decided to base my friggin' let's play around it. But we have the storage area, the lower storage area in which I'll have all of my chests, right? And keep in mind, this is my scale model. We're totally Slipgator in it. And then I want it to be functional and also surrounded by function. You see, when we have the storage area in the middle, we will obviously want all of our friends all around it. So, first things first, I want my own area to be somewhere in the back of the ship, I suppose. I suppose it's fair enough. And it's gonna be like the store, like same size as the storage, as the main corridor in the middle, just because, well, I'm the captain, I deserve it. Then we will have the Afanasi room, the Golem general room. We will have the zombie grandma, the Elizabeth Nürnberg sitting somewhere around here, and finally we'll have the witch, which will be obviously our also our enchantment setup. All of these rooms, keep in mind, like there will be both functional and for the roleplay purposes. Now, what can we have on this side? Well, essentially, I think it would be fair to have some sort of a crew thing going on, basically some kind of a area for the crew to hang out in, or perhaps even something more functional. So we might want a kitchen. Boopty? I said boopty. Boopty it. A kitchen and perhaps just a crew room somewhere in here. That would also be. I don't know how to manage the crew room. Let's put redstone in there. That's going to be the crew room. So the crew members will be essentially to the right of here. Also, we will want some sort of engine room, right? And I don't know if there's any sense to put in an engine room in the front of the ship, but just in case, for decorative purposes, I think we will put it in here. And that's about it. That's about it for the main area. Now, on top of this area, and keep in mind, I'm leaving a gaps for further, for further addressing. We might want a bigger engine room. Some gusts actually holding the ship together on this side, and perhaps these two sides. And perhaps just to be sure that if we run into any trouble, just in case we ever run into any trouble, we might put some actual weaponry. Boop, boop, boop. And some weaponry room on this side. I don't know what it will be. It might be actually like literal dispenser poking out of the ground. It might be actual TNT cannons. Don't ask me just yet. Yeah, and some more of machinery down there. Yep. It is tiny bit too symmetrical on my taste, to be completely honest with you, but at the moment I'm not too bothered. I will change the layout many times when we will be actually working on it already. Now, on top of the ship, I really want to have some whatchamacallit, some sails and some actual things holding those sails down. So obviously we're putting those things down somewhere, right? Boop, haboop, and some sails, boop, haboop, and I'm guessing a couple more here, just in case, not in case, but you know, just to ensure smooth sailing. And there we go. And yeah, I know that from a ship like building point of view, this might make not much sense. I mean, it looks really ugly right now. It looks real ugly and it looks real silly. But at the same time, meh. I mean, come on, who's gonna check? And also, it is after all not actually a real ship that will use the sails for travel. It is in fact a made-up thing that I call a gust-powered ship, and it will be powered by made-up giant gusts. So yeah, to do, also get a bunch of made-up giant gusts, I suppose. Let me know what you think about this type of plan, this type of area for us to try and build around. And for now, yeah, I'm thinking to perform this, to make it in a scale that I really want to make it, we will need a lot of materials. And out of these items, yeah, a lot of them will be actually trouble. For example, dark oak wood, I know a forest where I can get it, but at the same time, farming is just that much better, and farming dark oak wood is the one. It's the one wood that you cannot automate. Not that I would want to automate the rest. The clay itself obviously is hard to get, since I don't know where the mesa is. The red nether brick. While regular nether brick will be no problem for us, red nether brick will definitely be a bit of a hiccup simply because of the nether rack that goes into it. So we will have to remember to make a nether rack farm, not nether rack, nether wart, sorry, nether wart farm, just so I can make a lot of nether brick, red nether brick. Concrete, I don't even want to begin about black concrete. This is killing squid. This is digging dirt. This is killing squid. This is digging gravel, and this is also digging sand. So that's like 3 different kinds of trouble. Pumpkin lanterns, okay. These things I kind of already got like several stacks of them, but still, I don't see myself using this item a lot. Yellow stained clay, once again, it's clay. For crying out loud, it will be such a hassle. I hate it. I hate digging clay, but just for the sake of this thing, just for the sake of creating a beautiful ship that I will enjoy sailing in, we will have to endure all of this torture. Wish me luck for this series, guys, because once again, we've bitten more than we can chew. We'll have a field day gathering all of these materials. I don't know. I don't know myself if I can take it, but let's try anyway. With that out of the way, guys, thank you so much for watching this really talky but kind of really important episode, and I hope that you don't mind me not putting too much of in the progress type. I know I probably got you really excited about this ship only to yank it away from you right before the beginning, but I already spent so much time making the time lapses that went in the beginning that I need a break. So, thank you everybody so much for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do leave a like. If you have something to say about the ship, about the thing, if you have any suggestions, because man, you guys usually have the best ones, do leave a comment, do let me know. I really want to hear what you have to say. And yeah, this has been Galore XP, this has been Sadly Vanilla, to be continued.